Can you believe we started Interview Boss in 2021?
Not really. It's insane. That's a lot of episodes and a lot of hours of talking.
Oh my gosh, it is. And if you're scrolling through all of our episodes, you might scroll straight past something that you really, really needed.
Yes, we're always getting messages from people asking us to do an episode on something, and I'm like, we already have.
So we've put together playlists to help you find the episodes that are exactly what you need, suited to your situation.
They're all categorized. If you're applying for jobs, we have episodes about resumes, cover letters, job ads. If you've been offered your dream job, we have episodes on resigning, exit interviews, and how to impress at your new company.
And we even have a very special playlist that's very popular for if you have an interview coming up immediately and you need just our most recommended hard-hitting episodes between now and then.
For all our last-minute listeners. It's all there for you. You can browse by category and check out all the playlists at interviewboss.com.au/podcast. Look out, I'm in hot demand. If you want me, you better speak now. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Interview Boss. My name's Emma. I'm a third-year journalism student who's teamed up with my sister to give you advice, inspiration and support when you're looking for a new job. Sarah is a HR and recruitment professional, and together we're excited to give you guys all the tips, tricks and behind-the-scenes knowledge to help you in your career.
Hey Em, and hello everyone. So today we're talking about job offers and how to handle it when you're going for more than one job at the same time.
That's right. We've heard from a lot of our listeners that this is something that's been popping up lots for them. Either you've got one job offer but you're interviewing with your dream job, or you've been made two offers around the same time and it's that awkward period of like, what one's going to get back to me first? What if I need more time?
Yeah, and maybe you like one more, or you don't even know which one you want more, but you're at second interview with one of them and the other's calling you back for references and you're going, I can't accept both of them. What am I going to do?
So we're going to tell you what to do. So hypothetically, you have been made two offers. Let's dive in. Our first tip we have is collect as much information as possible. This is a bit of a given because obviously if you're making a decision about which job you're going to go for, you need to know all the facts so you can make the best possible decision with all the information that you have.
Yeah, and I think this just goes to what we normally talk about in being curious. Ask lots of questions at the end of your interviews. Call up your recruiter or the person who's kind of managing the process and ask them things about the role or about the culture or bits of information that you might not have already, like, hey, what's parking like, and things that are going to impact your decision. Collect that information as you're going through both processes as much as you can.
Okay, our next tip we have is don't freak out about the decision too early. I feel like this would be a classic me. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've got two offers. They're tying me up so awkwardly. The other one hasn't got back to me yet. What am I going to do? Don't panic. Don't panic.
Well, I see people do this at the stage where they don't have any offers yet and they're just interviewing for two different jobs and they're panicking going, Sarah, what do I do? I've got two jobs that I'm interviewing for. And I kind of say to them, okay, well, has one of them made you an offer? And they say, oh no, but I think they're going to, like, it's getting kind of serious. They've asked for my references. Okay, well, just wait until you've got something formal first. Things can be slow in recruitment. They can be unexpected delays. They can change at the last minute. So don't start freaking out too early about the decision that you're going to make until you actually have something concrete. The second job that you're thinking about might not even make you an offer, so it just might not be something that you have to worry about at all.
Don't jump the gun. We'll cross that bridge if you get to it. Perfect. So next thing you're going to do is start weighing up the pros and cons. Now, we kind of touched on this in our last episode, but salary isn't always everything to consider. You want to consider the benefits and perks as well. So what other things should people weigh up with the pros and cons? What should be considered?
There's a lot of practical stuff that goes with kind of salary, benefits, perks. Like, what's the location of the two jobs? Are you going to have to get two buses to get to one of them and you can drive to the other one? What's parking like? All of that kind of stuff you should consider. But then in terms of your career, you should be thinking about, okay, which of the managers that I'm going to be working for am I more interested in being mentored by and being led by? What's the future of the company that I'm going into? Are they going to grow? Are they expanding? Is there more career opportunity in the future with them? Or is it going to be just, a really successful business that I'm going to be proud to be a part of? And I also love this one to think about. Are you going too niche in the job that you're going for? Sometimes jobs can come a little bit out of left field and we think, oh, I hadn't considered that, but that could be kind of cool. But I want you to think about, what job would you be able to get next after you've spent, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years in that job? What would you be going for next? Just be careful of making yourself too niche in maybe one of the jobs that you're considering.
Backing yourself into a corner.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking to someone, Em, a mutual friend of ours, who was thinking about taking a job regionally, and whilst it would be a great opportunity, you've got to then think about, okay, do I then move there, set up a life there, and then if that job doesn't, work out long term, what am I going to do?
Definitely. Whereas if you're in a bit of a city, it's sort of, you've got more options to expand, to move around, more opportunity for progression. Like, these are all important things to consider. Now we just want to touch on, if you're waiting for another offer. This is where it can get tricky. If you've already received an offer, but you're waiting on another one. With another job, you're at that very end stage. You're just waiting to hear back. A lot of people freak out about this because they're like, I'm due to start this new job, or I need to give them an answer, but I still just want to hear from that job still. People freak out about this, but you have the power. This is the dream situation.
Absolutely. I used this. This was my first ever job out of uni, like my first kind of professional job. This happened to me. I had an offer.
Your first ever power move.
Yeah. I had an offer from a company that I was kind of happy to go work for, right? Like, it was okay. But I was also interviewing with Hayes, which is where I really wanted to start in recruitment. And so I had the first offer and I asked for them to give me a couple of days to think about it. I think it might have been like a Wednesday, and I asked till the end of the week because I knew that I had the second round of interviews with Hayes on the Friday or whatever it was. So I called them up and basically said, hey, I'm coming in for this second interview. Just so you know, I need to know if you'd like to offer me the job before the end of the day, because otherwise I'm going to take this other offer. Not trying to push you into saying, offering me a job if you don't want to, but just letting you know, if you want me, you're going to have to do it by Friday. And it worked. They offered me the job. They loved my kind of initiative in negotiating a bit like that too. And then I was able to say to the other one, hey, thanks, but no thanks. So it can really work.
Definitely a power move too if the job offer that you're waiting on is being a bit slow, kind of stuffing you around a little bit of a power move to be like, look, I'm really excited for this opportunity, but I can't wait any longer. I need to know tomorrow or I'll be accepting this other job. Sometimes that's just the kick up the butt they need to be like, oh my God, we don't want to let Emma go. We've just been held up. Boom, offer her the job. And then on the other side of that, if they don't end up offering you the job, amazing. You've got an answer that next day, and then you can make your decision knowing full well, okay, I was never left wondering. I didn't get that job, so now I'm going with this one, and that's the right decision.
Yep, exactly. I've seen this on the recruiter side where someone's actually called up and said, hey, I can't come in for the second interview because I've accepted another job. I really wanted to work for you guys, but, I've got to take something. And I just thought, I would have changed something if you hadn't let me know. Like, we maybe would have offered you the job earlier if we knew that you had another offer, and you could have, given one more day to get back to that other answer, and you would have had the job that you really wanted. So I think it's a big missed opportunity if you don't try. The worst they can say is no, and then you go accept your other one that you've got.
Definitely. Always, always, always do this power move. It's people freak out about it, but when this situation happens, you are winning. You are in prime position, prime posse. Honestly, so good.
Yeah. Hey, in
Interview Boss listeners, if the podcast just isn't doing it for you and you need way more help to prep for your next interview, we have the perfect thing for you. Interview Academy. Em, tell us all about it.
This is huge. This is the love child of Sarah after doing hundreds of one-on-one coaching sessions, finding out what people struggle with the most, common mistakes. Sarah has created the ultimate course that you can do in your own time, self-paced, heaps of modules, videos, interactive quizzes, a workbook that will become your Bible by the end that you can take with you into your interview, because if you're a long-time listener, you know that we endorse taking notes into your interview. It's a game changer.
Check out more about it at interviewboss.com.au/interview academy.
So to break it down in terms of steps, what you would do is you want to express enthusiasm. So for the job that you've actually been offered, there's a great saying out there, 1 in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Don't turn them down and be all negative just because you think you might get offered this other one. This one's actually locked in, so you want to make sure that you don't sacrifice that opportunity. Ask them for a couple of days to consider the offer. Hey, do you mind if I just have a think about it? Is it okay if I get back to you by the end of day Friday, or a couple of days later? And you can ask for the weekend to have a think about it. That's really normal as well. Then reach out to the other job and say, hey, just like we said before, I've been offered another job, but I really want to work for you guys. Is there any way that you could move the process forward or make me an offer before X date? See what they say.
Little question there. We were just talking about, you just said that one offer's locked in or whatever, so don't be harsh to them. Should you only do this if one is locked in? Can you be sneaky and just be like, I'm in talks? Or is it you'd be shooting yourself in the foot if you said that this job is locked in, can you let me know? And then they go, oh, well, okay, you're going to take that job. No, we don't need you. And then the other job falls through because you never got an actual offer.
Yeah, you can shoot yourself in the foot. So this, a candidate did this to us recently. He was pretty transparent through his recruitment agency, and they said, look, he's been offered another job. They're putting pressure on him to give an answer, but he does want to work for you guys. What do you think? He'd only been through one stage of interview, so I kind of rushed him through the second, and the second interview was good, but it wasn't amazing, he was the first person that we'd met for the job, right? So we just absolutely weren't in a position to offer him a job. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. So I said back to them, look, if I was him, I'd take the other offer. Like, we're not in a position to offer him the job. Even if we do eventually offer him the job, like, it's going to be a few weeks from now. I'm not going to be able to turn this around. So it kind of forced us to make the choice quicker. And if he didn't actually have another job offer, we've kind of decided, oh, no, it's all right. We're happy to miss out on him.
Yeah, rather than if you had more time, maybe if it naturally progressed, he would have had a chance. So only do this power move if you actually have something in writing, locked in,
yes, that's
formally
right.
offered.
Yeah, verbally over the phone is fine as well. As in it's an offer, not just at reference check stage type thing. Yeah.
Cool. So we've just spoken about what to do if you're waiting for another offer, but now we're going to talk about what to do if you're turning down an offer. So first we have always be gracious, never burn a bridge. Why should we never burn our bridges?
Well, just like we say in our networking episode, you never know where another opportunity might come from or where you might run into someone again. So I'm a big believer in never burning your bridges, making sure you're handling each situation professionally. Make sure you get back to them. Don't ghost them. And I would also briefly explain why you've accepted the other job. Is it closer to home? Is it more money? Just one reason is fine. It can really help their recruiter. For example, if it's for more money, it can actually really help them on the other side. I mean, it might not sound like it, but have a bit of evidence saying, hey, we lost Emma because she got more money elsewhere. So, can you please approve for me to have more budget for this role?
Yeah, you might be helping the future person that is going for that job, helping them get more money because you did
exactly
because you gave feedback.
Yeah. And it's also just a nice kind of rounding out. You're not saying like, hey, I'm not interested. But they're like, what happened? Why didn't you like us? It's kind of like after a date, right? Like they disappear or something. You're like, but why? What happened?
Yeah.
And if they message you being like, oh, I got back with my ex, you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. Like, I can't compete with that. I got counter offered with my current company.
Cool. And then we have this last little tip here, which is try and avoid signing a contract if you know you might change your mind. It is a legal document. Now, I saw something about this today, actually, in a money Facebook group. Somebody wrote and said, like, my friend or whatever has accepted a new job and has signed the contract, meant to start in a month or something like that, but she's changed her mind. Can she get out of this? Is she stuck? Whatever. And the comments were interesting because people were being like, I mean, what are they going to do? Not pay you? Like, not pay her? Like, she hasn't started yet. It's fine. It's a month away. Like, but on the other flip side, they were like, usually, like, it is a contract and look at the terms. Usually there's a month grace period or like whatever. So what are the actual moral and legal considerations around contracts?
So I've seen comments and like on those types of situations as well in Facebook groups, and I always see people saying, oh, just tell them, like, don't worry, you haven't started yet, it's okay. And look, it is, if you've genuinely changed your mind and something's happened or whatever, like, of course they're not going to, take action against you or anything. I've never actually seen that happen. But when you're signing a contract, it is a legal document. You are agreeing to a contract with that company. And I think if you're not ready to make that decision, I ask for more time if you need it. I just think people need to treat that maybe a little bit more seriously than what I've seen some of these comments of, signing a contract and then going, oh, nah, I looked up the travel time and I don't want to come anymore. Make sure that's a really considered decision. Legally wise, look, I'm not an employment lawyer. I'm just an HR person who did one employment law module as part of her degree. So there are kind of, legal actions that a company could hypothetically take because you have agreed to a start date. But again, what are they going to be able to do really? Potentially
drag
make
you in there
notice.
And chain you to your desk and make you type and make you work.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, and they're not going to do that, right? But I also think there's a burning bridges element there, and it's pretty frustrating. I kind of think of it as a recruiter in HR. If someone hasn't signed their contract yet, I'm still thinking, oh, is something going to change? Are they going to pull out? Are they going to change their mind? Once they've signed it, that's kind of like, okay, we're working towards planning for you to start your job now. We've told people that we've hired someone for that role. We've rejected everyone else as well.
Yeah.
Take that right moment seriously once it's signed.
Don't sign a contract unless you're pretty damn certain you're excited to do the job.
Yep. And ask for more time. If you need some time to think about it, ask for more time.
Fair enough. Boom. There you have it. That is our episode on job offers. We hope it's been helpful. We get so many questions about these kind of scenarios every day. So we hope that helps. We've gone through it. You know now what to do if you're waiting on another offer, if you want to turn down an offer, if you've got two and you're waiting, you know how to make your big power move and say, look out, I'm in hot demand. If you want me, you better speak now. Let us know how you go with your power moves.
And if you've got other questions or scenarios you want us to tackle, let us know. Send us a message on Instagram or Facebook or in the Facebook group or via email if you'd like, LinkedIn, anywhere, and we'll answer it on one of our next episodes.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back in your ears next week. Bye!
Thanks so much for listening to Interview Boss. If you want to hear more from us, make sure you hit subscribe. We're a new podcast, so if you liked this episode, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a review so we can help even more people. For more advice, inspiration, and a supportive community, join us in the Interview Boss Facebook group.
We've been your job search besties and helped you in some way. There's a cool way you can support the show. Shout us a virtual coffee.
We get a huge kick out of reading all of your success stories. Head to buymeacoffee.com/interviewboss and shout us a cuppa.
If you keep us caffeinated, we can keep the content coming.